Hello everyone, this is episode 4 of Real Talk Central, and we are back again on another interesting topic, which is the talk of all our conversations, manifestation. So, what does it mean? What does it entail? Has it worked for us or not? We'll find out today.
So let's get into it.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So how do we want to start? Okay, let's just start with the question that everyone wants to know. Does manifestation work, and has it worked for you?
Yeah, I'll give a very consultant answer to this, which is it depends. I think everything comes down to like lots of things. But I honestly feel like if you truly believe that something should happen or maybe needs to happen in your life, it will. And that is what has happened to me. And when I say truly believe, you really have to, like in every cell of your body, believe that
Needs
it
to
will
have
happen.
that faith.
Yeah. Because you say that, I believe in XYZ things, but do you really truly believe, through every part of your body? But whenever I have truly believed in something, it has happened.
But also, like you said, truly believe, right? So for truly believing something, also you need to have some sort of evidence that, for example, if I say I'll make 250 crores tomorrow, there's no way I'll truly believe it.
Exactly.
Because
That's what, that's
yeah,
the thing.
because there's no way I've never made that kind of money in one
yeah.
day, or even in my life I've not made 250 crores. So how will I support that with enough evidence for my mind to feel like, okay, this is achievable. So even that is, I think, a roadblock.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. And I think that's where the reason to believe concept that comes to play, that if you have reasons to believe, if you have achieved certain things in your life, and then you're wanting something that is aligned to that trajectory, then what is the self talk that you do? You tell yourself, "Kya, I've done it before, I have all of the right ingredients, I can do it again." So, if you have evidence in the past and you have reasons to believe that you're capable of doing something, you then eventually end up truly believing that it is possible, and then you manifest it. But I honestly also think that there's a lot of shift, especially in my mindset, that has come from what I used to think about manifestation in 20s, especially now, like versus 20s versus 30s. In 20s, I used to feel that you make a vision board and you let the universe do its thing, right? But as I've grown more mature, I think it really comes down to what is fundamentally happening when you're building that vision board is that you have to remind yourself that this is the life that you want. And then every single day that you are living your life, you need to embody that vision. And you have to, be that person who deserves everything that you have put on your vision board. So I'll give you like an example. I think सबके बहुत common है, सबके vision board बोलता है I have to lose weight.
Yeah.
I think that is like at any point in your life, at any point in your life, no matter what your age, what your whatever, like if you're a woman and if you're like, slightly conscious about your physical appearance, every single woman has this goal. Even if you're like the leanest person, you will still have fitness goals. तो उसमें वो यही कहते हैं कि you have to really, when you put your vision कि मुझे इतना इस body weight पे होना है, are you doing everything that you would if you were that ideal weight?
Exactly. Yeah.
तो वो आपको रोज embody करना होता है, and as long as you start imbibing those things and simple things like getting the number of steps in, having enough water, eating right, etc., as as you start embodying the actions, the result will definitely follow.
Yeah. And then you start acting like that person
Correct.
who has lost 10 kg, for
Yeah,
example.
exactly. Now I actually am curious, same question to you. Do you think manifestation works?
Yes, I think that it works, but there are many layers to it. Like there is so much literature on this, that okay, do journaling and every night write, and then it will happen, or speak to your water, and that we were also discussing. And then the other thing is, say it out in the universe. So I've tried everything, and then this 333 technique, नहीं 369 technique, that सुबह 3 बार लिखो, दोपहर को 6 बार और रात को 9 बार, तो फिर वो चीज हो जाती है. But I feel like one thing that really worked for me was when you put yourself into that future self and you start experiencing those emotions. Like for example, graduation, right?
Hmm.
Think of yourself on that pedestal
Hmm.
and feel happy
Hmm.
holding something.
Hmm.
So if you have that emotion, then you'll
Hmm.
eventually get there. But
Hmm.
you'll have to do that at a repetitive basis, and then you
Yeah.
start feeling delulu and
Yeah.
everything happens. But other than that, I feel, yeah, it is
Hmm.
difficult, but that is something that I feel has worked.
Hmm.
That is one. And second, I feel we often judge ourselves for having certain desires. Like,
Hmm.
there's something that I've recently come across, that if a desire has cropped up in your mind,
Hmm.
that means somebody has put it there.
Hmm.
So even if you are thinking, अब जैसे you must have not thought of this thought na, 250 crores.
Hmm.
I also have not never thought
Hmm.
of it.
Hmm.
But if third person has thought of it,
Hmm.
why? Because
Hmm.
in some universe or in some parallel life, maybe they have been able to achieve it.
Hmm.
सो देयर इज नो रीजन, देयर इज नो कि ये चीज तो बिल्कुल हो ही नहीं सकती. अगर
Hmm.
आपके दिमाग में ऐसा थॉट आया है, इसका मतलब आपकी कोई पैरेलल लाइफ में ये चीज है,
Oh,
ये
hmm.
हुई है.
Hmm.
सो नेवर जज योर सेल्फ फॉर हैविंग वेरी
Wild
डिल्यूशनल
dreams.
वाइल्ड
Yeah.
ड्रीम्स,
Yeah.
बिकॉज there is some version of you that has achieved it. You just have to find out if you are on the same frequency as that version, or
Hmm.
if you can be on the same frequency as that version. Because sometimes we just judge ourselves that ये कैसे, मतलब अपना सोच रही है
Hmm.
कि अपना घर बना लेगी, and 250 crore ले लेगी, and
Hmm.
all that, and ऐसे थोड़ी होता है, it's not piece of cake. I understand it's not. But if that person is getting that dream, and
Hmm.
if it's not letting you sleep,
Hmm.
that means that it has happened in some life,
Hmm.
and it's just about finding that road to it.
Yeah.
So that is something that really helped me, that
Hmm.
okay, it's not random.
Hmm. Because
So
I do feel that this is very interesting that you bring up, because when I was studying manifestation के ऊपर books like The
hmm,
Secret and The Power of Now and The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, all of these books, they talk about the fact that it's not just one of us in this world, and there's not just one of this world. There are
yeah,
many worlds and many universes.
yeah,
So whatever it is that you're attracting in a parallel universe,
hmm,
your version has achieved it or is
hmm,
capable of achieving it.
yeah,
So manifestation का मतलब क्या होता है कि you are leveling up your vibrations to attract that version of you in that universe
yeah,
to meet you here and now.
hmm,
तो वो होती है बात कि you don't really should not be limiting yourself, because you have no idea what the size of the universe is
yeah.
and many universes is and what you're capable of attracting.
And even like not even just right now, but even past lives, like
Hmm.
people say saat janam and all,
हाँ,
but
correct.
any human has had at least 100 to 500 lives, is
Hmm.
what I've heard, to
Hmm.
be born as a human.
Yeah.
Because earth is the hardest school in the universe.
Hmm.
So to be born on earth as a
Hmm.
human,
Hmm.
you must have gone through like at least 100, 200, 300 lives.
Hmm.
Then you choose this hard lesson to come to earth. And
Hmm.
वो जो होता है ना 44 कार्मिक
Yeah.
लेसन्स,
Yeah.
उसमें से जो जो आपने नहीं सीखा,
Hmm.
वो फिर आप चूज करते हो कि अब आपको यहाँ पे आके ये सीखना है.
Hmm.
सो दैट, अब ये चीजें मैंने तो पॉडकास्ट में ही सुनी है.
Hmm.
But it's really interesting to know, and then you start thinking that way कि
Hmm.
everything is either a lesson or a blessing.
Blessing. Yeah.
So yeah,
Hmm.
but
बट वो यही तो कहते हैं इस वाले में भी कि अर्थ में आपका टाइम इज द टेस्ट
yeah,
एंड अल्टीमेट गोल इज टू गेट मोक्ष
yeah,
which will happen after you die.
hmm,
So the idea is like you need to go through hardships during your
hmm,
life and on earth, and then you will eventually reach a stage of complete
yeah.
freedom.
Because if you have, for example, you've done 80 years of life and you
Hmm.
die peacefully and you've had no hardship,
Hardships,
that's
huh?
a wasted life,
Yeah.
because you've not learned anything.
Yeah, I agree.
And यहाँ पे अब you've come only to learn.
Hmm.
तो हम कहते रहते हैं ना कि comfort और ये, अब everyone wants it.
Hmm.
But then अगर वो कहीं कोई चीज hardship सह के मिले,
हम्म।
तो उसका अलग ही
मजा है।
मजा होता
और
है.
मुझे तो एक्चुअली लगता है कि इट इज बेटर, क्योंकि हार्डशिप्स तो लाइफ में आनी है,
आनी है.
तो जितनी जल्दी आ जाए उतना बेटर है,
I
सो
know.
दैट आई कैन देन आई जस्ट प्रिज्यूम कि अभी आ गई है सारी कठिनाई, तो आगे लाइफ अच्छी होगी,
अच्छी होएगी.
एंड देन न्यू हार्डशिप कम्स एंड आई एम वेरी हैप्पी बिकॉज़ देयर इज अ न्यू चैलेंज टू ओवरकम.
And new
एंड
thing
देन
off the
या
list.
या करेक्ट.
कि
तो
ये,
आपका कार्मिक ही तो बढ़ रहा है ना, या
yeah,
कार्मिक अकाउंट इज गेटिंग फुल बिकॉज यू
yeah,
आर ओवरकमिंग इट एंड यू आर क्रिएटिंग गुड कर्मा टू ओवरकम दैट
yeah.
emotion and that challenge. So it's good only.
Hmm.
But you tell me, what is maybe like the one one thing that you really tried hard to manifest and you were able to do it?
I was able to do. I didn't try very hard, but once it happened, I realized that I manifested
Oh.
it because I was thinking about it
Hmm.
constantly, and this was actually like I was trying to get a specific client at my workplace,
Hmm.
and they had already said that they have hired another agency.
Hmm.
So it has already happened. And मैंने जब उसका proposal और pitch बनाया था, तो I had put in so much thought into it, and I had placed myself in their
Hmm.
campaigns, office, working
Hmm.
on their products and everything. Then I was like, ये कैसे नहीं हुआ? But then I was like, मुझे लगता है ये हो जाएगा. Like, this is gonna come sometime or the other. Like,
Hmm.
either in a month or 2 months, it's just gonna happen.
Hmm.
Because जो मैंने ideas और वो सब डाले थे, वो होने ही हैं. Because वो
Hmm.
कहीं ना कहीं exist करते हैं.
Hmm.
ऐसा मेरे दिमाग में था.
Hmm.
And then I was like, okay, and I didn't let that rejection or whatever their decision to not go with us bother me. Like I
Hmm.
was not unhappy or feeling like, oh shit, why did this happen for even 1 minute. I was like,
Hmm.
चलो ठीक है, आ जाएगा ये.
Hmm.
मतलब, and it is so delulu क्योंकि वो नहीं आने वाला था. But then उन्होंने in a matter of 10 days then emailed that that agency is my board has said that we have to go with someone local, and that
Hmm.
is not local. So
Hmm.
we'll go with you. तो मतलब वो चीज़ तो बिल्कुल मेरे हाथ में ही नहीं थी, but it
Hmm.
happened. And I was like, ये कैसे हो गया? And sometimes you feel there are instances where things happen where you feel like somebody is with you, like God or
Hmm.
energy or
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm.
Because मेरे साथ एक बार क्या हुआ था, so because I run a business, there's always cash flow different,
Hmm.
right? So I pay salaries on the 5th of every month.
Hmm.
And then this one time, first ko I didn't have enough money in the bank account because the payments were delayed, and the
Hmm.
salaries were supposed to go on 5th. तो जो मेरा सेकंड थर्ड फोर्थ था, वो मेरा इतना स्ट्रेस में जा रहा था कि
Hmm.
मतलब आई वाज लाइक, ये कैसे होगा, एंड देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ मनी दैट
Hmm.
वाज स्टक.
Hmm.
So that's why I couldn't manage the cash flow between the months. And imagine on 5th, I just received 11 lakh rupees in my bank account
What?
out of nowhere.
Oh my
And
God.
how did that happen? I mean, I am saying, okay, that's not the best way to get
Hmm.
revenue, but
Yeah.
one of my FDs matured.
Oh God.
एंड आई वाज ये कैसे हो गया? मतलब 5 साल की एफडी
What the
5 तारीख
hell?
को
How? God.
has just matured. And imagine I am sitting there, 11 lakh rupees credited to your account. I was like, how? And I was like, ये कैसे हुआ? And 5 तारीख को, मतलब imagine.
Oh
And I'm
my
like,
God.
कोई ना कोई तो कर रहा है ना ये.
Hmm.
This is obviously has been thought of.
Oh
Like,
my God, yeah.
ठीक है, तुम्हें मेरे को obviously it is coming from my savings,
Hmm.
but at least I have money to pay my team,
हाँ,
and वो
correct.
2-3 दिन में बाकी पैसे आ ही जाएंगे.
Hmm.
So I was like, ये तो भाई कोई तो देख रहा है मुझे. Like, imagine, like I was like, and 11 lakh, 11 numbers also,
जो हाँ,
like
supposed to be
supposed to be
auspicious.
auspicious. So I was so like कि क्या हो रहा है पता नहीं. So all these things
Hmm.
sometimes make you believe कि यार सब कुछ देख रहा है कोई,
कोई तो
and
कुछ
you
हो रहा है.
you are in the
Hmm.
hands of God.
Hmm.
So yeah, that happened.
Hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't told you this
No,
before, no?
yeah,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
I don't think I've told anybody. But now everyone knows.
That is crazy. Gosh.
But what about you? You've had any instances like this?
यार मैं दो चीजें सोच पा रही हूँ अभी. So one I will share which was a subconscious manifestation, and the second was maybe like a moonshot कि मैंने कभी wildest dreams में भी नहीं सोचा होगा और वो हो गया. So the subconscious one was actually during ISB. So when I was in ISB, I was obviously, we were all studying hard, trying to get our GPAs up, and I was doing really badly on my GPAs. So I was getting like less than 3.5 GPA out of 4, which is horrible for a consulting role especially. And I had done consulting before, McKinsey. So, and ISB is also known as a consulting campus. So people, like 70% of the people get placed in consulting roles. So there's a lot of noise around you and chatter around you on consulting. But मेरे को पता था मेरे को shortlist भी नहीं आने वाला उसका, because my GPA was not meeting it. And then randomly there were companies that were coming on campus, and Google was one of the first ones that came on campus way before any other company came. So they came, and I, without putting too much thought into it, applied. Then I got through the CV, then I did my interviews, I got through it. And before I knew it, I was one of the first people to get placed on campus at Google, which is like a big deal
Yeah.
apparently. But I didn't feel like it because I felt like I'm just going through it and सब कुछ फटाफट हो रहा है. And again, there's no hardship involved. तो लगता है कि यार maybe like
Yeah.
I could have tried something else also, but I was obviously very excited to see that I've gotten an offer at Google. Now, after this was done, I realized before a few months before my graduation that before we had joined ISB, they'd asked us to fill up a form and put down a list of 5 dream companies that you want to get hired at. And उसमें number 1 I had written was Google.
Wow.
तो
Amazing.
मुझे पता ही नहीं था कि मैंने वो लिखा था. I'd forgotten also about it because this we had done like few months before we'd even joined, so I'd forgotten. But then when I was looking at my application, I was like, maybe this was always a part of the plan, right?
Yeah.
And subconsciously, my mind
You
was
knew.
attracting opportunities that could get me there. So I think that was incredible. And मैंने कोई actively उसको try नहीं किया था. That was one. And the second was during COVID. बहुत frustration हो रही थी काम को लेकर. And of course, and everybody was working insane amount of hours, and I was feeling a little bit stagnated with the growth that I was getting and the opportunities that I was getting. So उस time पे I was really into manifestation, and they'd again said that wildest dreams you should just put and like let the universe do. So what I did was I took one of my old salary slips and I photoshopped it and I changed the amount to 3x of what I was getting. I was like, let's put it out there. Let's see what happens. Like, of course, COVID ke time pe there were layoffs happening. There was like really bad attrition and everything. So chances come the, but I was like, let's just put it out there. And then it so happened that we ended up applying for roles abroad, and we went to Dublin, and it was actually 4 times
Wow.
my salary. So I never imagined कि मैं यहाँ पे मतलब मेरा गोल तो यही था, विजन ये था कि मैंने INR में डाला था कि इनको यहाँ पे बैठ के 3x करना है. But it just so happened that a new opportunity came which ended up being more than 3x of what I had envisioned. And that was also something that, again, you just put it in the universe and you let it be.
Yeah.
And watch.
You watch it.
तो काफी मतलब ये crazy चीजें तो हुई है. Just makes you feel like there is some magic at work.
And something or somewhere is taking note of all your thoughts.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
क्योंकि
Every single thought.
Yeah. Because sometimes you feel ना कि अच्छा सोच लिया but किया नहीं, या फिर किसी के बारे में बुरा सोच लिया but हमने कुछ कहा तो नहीं, so but बुरा सोचना भी is counted somewhere, which I think earlier I never used to think कि thoughts भी count होते हैं, but definitely होते हैं.
100%.
Like you do some, जैसे लोग charity करते हैं without anybody noticing or without taking a picture. Why do they do it? Because they know that somewhere down the line they are cutting a karma, or this is getting added to their good karma somewhere. So yeah, these all things get added up. And charity का तो मुझे definitely लगता है, because there's so much joy you feel by giving. Like the other day I was walking and there was this old uncle in N Block Market. I've never seen him, and he happened to be just sitting at the pavement, and I was walking past. I was walking to my nanny's house, and he just came in the middle, and he's like, "मैंने खाना नहीं खाया, मैंने खाना नहीं खाया." And I'm usually not carrying any cash. I am always UPI. So I just passed him saying, "I'm sorry, I don't have cash." And then मेरे को realize हुआ कि मैंने अभी flowers लिए उनकी anniversary की, मुझे 50 rupees के change मिली है. तो फिर मैं उनके घर पहुंच गई थी, तब मुझे रियलाइज हुआ, फिर मैं वापस आई. तो मैंने उनको अंकल को ढूंढा, मैंने उनको 50 रुपए दिए. तो मैंने कहा ये आप इससे खाना खा लो. उन्होंने देख के ये एक भी बारी उसका थैंक्स नहीं किया. उन्होंने बोला 50 और होते तो सही होता. तो मुझे लगा कि यार, मैंने कहा नहीं अंकल, बट मुझे लगा कि वो अगर वो उधर क्यों है, क्योंकि वो उस चीज का थैंक्स नहीं कर पा रहे. अगर वो उसका थैंक करते तो उनको डबल और मिलता, कहीं ना कहीं से तो मिलता. तो ये मुझे डिफरेंस समझ आ गया कि मतलब अगर तुम्हें जितना मिल रहा है ना, उस पे अगर तुम उसी वक्त मिलते ही तुम कहो बट ये नहीं, इससे डबल होता तो बेटर होता, तो देन यू आर गेटिंग
नेवर, यू नेवर बी हैप्पी ना. एंड वही है कि दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ स्कार्सिटी माइंडसेट एंड एन abundance mindset. Because that's what manifestation tells you, that you have to be in a state of abundance in your head, because then you are more susceptible to attracting the things that you want.
But then I also thought like कि मैं किससे expect कर रही हूँ. look at his life. How can I expect him to be in an abundance mindset?
But you don't have to expect him to be, na.
Hmm.
You have to be in an
Yeah,
abundant
it
mindset.
teaches you. Maybe it's a
Yeah,
lesson
yeah,
for
it's a
me.
lesson for you only, because
Hmm.
again, expecting anything from anybody else is a waste of your own time.
Yeah,
So it is for you only to realize and have that knowledge कि भाई this is something that I don't ever want to be at.
Hmm.
Just having this scarcity mindset कि 10 रुपए क्यों मिल रहे हैं, 100 क्यों नहीं मिल रहे, तो जितना है उसमें खुश रहो. And I think I'll plug in my one liner also, a very wise one liner I came up with in Dublin, is that they say the grass is greener on the other side, but I say that the grass is green where you water
water
it.
it. Yes.
So just look at your own garden, focus
Hmm.
on your own plants and water them well, and
Hmm.
it'll always be, good
Yeah.
enough. So
एंड
yeah.
डोंट पीक कि
उसका क्या है, उसका क्या, वो
कि
मिल जाए
सामने वाले टेबल का
बगीचा.
खाना हमेशा अच्छा लगता है.
अबे पूरी दुनिया देख ली है हमने. आई थिंक अगेन वो
हाँ
20 से 30s में ये भी चेंज आता है कि
हाँ
20s में आपको हमेशा लगता है कि ये भी कर लो वो भी कर लो, एंड देन आई थिंक इन 30s यू टेंड टू मूव टुवर्ड्स पीस, you tend to move towards fulfillment. You feel like you have everything. इससे ज़्यादा क्या चाहिए? And I honestly feel that I have become a lot more grateful. While I've always been a very positive and gratitude focused person, but with time और ज़्यादा ही होते जा रहा है कि भाई there is nothing for me to wish more for,
yeah.
and which is a good healthy mind state to be in.
कुछ भी कर लो बनी लाइफ में कुछ ना कुछ तो
तो
छूटेगा
छूटेगा ही,
ही.
exactly. तो there's
तो जहाँ है वहीं का मजा लेते हैं.
exactly.
said
Preach.
by Ayan Mukherjee.
Chalo, now we talked about manifestation that worked. Now quickly we'll talk about one maybe thing that didn't work.
I don't think I can talk about
No.
it. I mean, it's just one relationship that I was manifesting that didn't work. So I can't go into deets. But I really thought that that's God sent. But then I realized, like recently only I realized that it brought me so much closer to God, because I used to talk to God a lot about it, and I became more and more spiritual. So maybe that was the purpose. So yeah. What about you?
या मेरा आई कांट थिंक ऑफ ऐसे स्पेसिफिक एग्जांपल्स. मैंने बहुत ट्राई किया और नहीं हुआ, बट आई डू हैव वन थिंग ऑन द थॉट्स वाला पीस ना, दैट यू मेंशन पहले कि एवरी थॉट काउंट्स. मैंने ये देखा है कि जब भी मेरे दिमाग में कोई नेगेटिव थॉट आता है ना, वो पक्का हो जाता है.
नहीं
Like I jinx it.
तेरे दिमाग में कल आया था कि हम आज रिकॉर्ड नहीं करेंगे.
नहीं नहीं, ये नहीं आया था.
तूने कहा था हम बहुत एम्बिशियस हो रहे हैं.
ये एम्बिशन अच्छी बात है, बट ये नहीं आया था कि नहीं होगा. मेरे दिमाग में जैसे अभी बहुत रिसेंटली आया था कि आई वाज जस्ट talking to a friend of mine on my PCOS condition कि भाई PCOS है, it's very tough and this and that, and my gynac has told me to meet her after I do ABC things. I haven't done anything, so I don't want to meet my gynac. So then she's asking me कि अच्छा क्या होता है PCOS में, तो मैंने कहा मेरे तो touch wood कुछ होता ही नहीं है. Like everything I have is normal, like my periods are normal, there is no period pain, nothing. And my period was expected the day after I met her. भाई 4 दिन हो period ही नहीं आया. So that was just like a negative thing that every time happens. If I'm like saying something that's either positive and then it gets jinxed, or if I think something negative, it ends up happening. तो मैं तो मतलब सोचना ही छोड़ दिया कि कुछ
मतलब काली जुबान तेरा काला दिमाग.
क्या है. So I have to be very conscious about my thoughts also. कि मैं नहीं, I can't hold on to grudges. I can't keep like issues in my head with people or with things, because I feel like other people also get that energy from me. Like अगर मैं किसी फ्रेंड के साथ लड़ाई हुई होती है ना, and मैं सोचती हूँ कि भाई उसने तो कॉल ही नहीं किया मुझे, क्या बकवास है ये वो, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि उस बंदे को पता चल जाता है, because then अपने आप they reach out to me, या फिर we end up talking and then they say कि is everything okay. So they will get that energy somehow, I feel. So I have to be very conscious about thinking good and positive of everyone around me.
Because your thoughts are at play always.
Yeah.
But that also, I don't know why I thought of this while you were saying कि एक ना मनी को लेके भी मुझे ये चीज रियलाइज हुई है कि अगर आपका मनी कहीं लूज हो जाता है, या यू एंड अप लूजिंग योर वॉलेट, या यू एंड अप इनकरिंग अ लॉस, तो हम कितना उसके बारे में लाइक दैट इज सच अ हार्ड पिल टू स्वॉलो. एंड सबसे ज्यादा मुझे लगता है जब मेरी कोई चीज गुम जाती है, भाई मेरे से तो बर्दाश्त ही नहीं होता. मतलब आई हैव टू सी कि वो कहाँ गई चीज, बिकॉज मेरे को इतना अनईजी फील होता है. बट दैट अट्रैक्ट्स मोर सच सिचुएशंस. एंड एक मैं जो बिकॉज आई लिसन टू 143,000 पॉडकास्ट, उसमें मुझे ये रियलाइज हुआ कि जो चीज जा रही है वो कहीं ना कहीं से वापस आ जाएगी
या
आपके पास, इस
100%.
सोर्स से नहीं तो उस सोर्स से। तो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट। तो वो चीज में मुझे बहुत रिलीफ मिला कि यार अगर कहीं मेरा मनी किसी की वजह से मेरे को कोई लॉस इनकर हुआ है तो मेरा वो वापस आ जाएगा,
आएगा.
दैट यूनिवर्स विल सेटल दैट बैलेंस। so that I think got me a lot of relief and I now don't fret over all these things कि गया तो गया, चलो आगे देखते हैं, you know, आगे से कहाँ से आएगा। and even things, losing things, like
Yeah.
I was a big problem for me. Like I was so attached to things when I was a child कि मेरे colors, मेरा bag, मेरा pencil box but now I'm trying to be like
हाँ.
lesser and lesser.
Yeah.
So yeah.
नहीं, मेरा भी बिल्कुल exactly like this learning I think I had because I used to feel a lot in relationships. कि I used to feel कि मैं तो XYZ के लिए इतना कर रही हूँ,
वो मेरे लिए
लेकिन
क्यों
वो क्यों नहीं कर रहे। कोई friend के लिए if I go out of the way या फिर for a family member I'll go out of the way and do it, but I never used to get it back from the same person. So I used to wonder कि भाई reciprocal होता है हर चीज, तो मुझे क्यों नहीं मिल रहा। But then through this manifestation and spiritual learnings I figured कि आपको सेम बंदे से नहीं मिलेगा, बट किसी और बंदे से पक्का मिलेगा,
और
abundance में मिलेगा, मनी फोल्ड मिलेगा। तो वो मैंने नोटिस किया दैट इफ आई गिव टू ए पर्सन आई विल गेट फ्रॉम बी, विल नॉट गेट फ्रॉम ए। तो अब वो भी छोड़ देना चाहिए आपको डायनामिक्स कि मैंने तेरे लिए किया तो तूने मेरे लिए क्यों नहीं किया, बकवास है सब। सो इवेंचुअली यू विल गेट बैक एंड योर जॉब ऑन दिस अर्थ इज जस्ट टू डू गुड कर्मा फॉर एज मेनी पीपल एज यू कैन, फॉर योरसेल्फ, and it'll all come back to you in some shape or form. Nice.
Absolutely. And what about our rapid fire?
Yes, let's do our rapid fire. Before we do the rapid fire, though, I have one last segment. I had a question. Is that, again, given that this podcast is all about practical tips of making life easy to, you know, to incorporate everything that we're talking about, one or two maybe practical, simple to apply manifestation tips that you have for our listeners or for me?
I think you are a big manifester, at least better than me. So you should give me tips. But okay, one I think जो सुबह उठते ही थॉट और रात को सोने से पहले थॉट होता है उसको पॉजिटिव रखें और उसको अपनी ड्रीम्स पे फोकस रखें। तो दैट बिकॉज दैट टाइम योर माइंड इज इन दैट स्टेट दैट इट्स जस्ट बेटर ऑफ, इट्स इजियर टू मैनिफेस्ट। एंड सेकंड आई वुड से एक वो थोड़ा टेक्निकल है बट जितना आप अपने प्लैनेट्स सही रखोगे, सुधार जैसे क्लेanliness रखो, अपने पेरेंट्स से सही से बात करो क्योंकि उसमें सन और मून होता है, क्लेanliness में भी एक कोई प्लैनेट होता है, इतना मुझे पता नहीं, बट these few habits of basically leading a good life, उसमें ये भी आ जाता है कि you know सेवा करो and eat food that nourishes you and then help the poor, help people gain whatever joy or charity करो and अपने घर में help out करो, अपने आसपास सफाई रखो। तो ये सारी चीजें करने में आपके planets improve होते हैं and जैसे आपके planets improve होते हैं तो आप different chakras पे operate करते हो, जैसे not from the root chakra but maybe from you come to the heart chakra and if you are at which is the topmost, I don't know which chakra is, but if you are at the topmost that is the state where you think and it manifests. So everything starts from ground zero, you know. So ये बहुत important है कि सारे अपने actions in your day you should think about. But yeah.
Nice.
What about you?
Yeah, mera bhi, I think I was going to anchor on actions only, but the different way I would say it is that if you have a goal or a vision that you have put on your vision board, for example, or you've written down, okay, I want to earn XYZ amount, or I want to look a certain way, or I want a dream house. So I usually, when I do manifestation, I go one level deeper and I say, okay, what are the 5 things I need to be doing on a daily basis to get there? And then I just focus on the inputs. कि वो मैं 4-5 चीजें कर रही हूँ कि नहीं कर रही हूँ, like in very simple terms. So I stop focusing on the output because वो आपके कंट्रोल में अल्टीमेटली है ही नहीं, which is कि आपको घर मिलेगा कि नहीं। बट अगर आपको घर ओन करना है तो उसके लिए 4-5 चीजें आपको क्या करनी है, आपको रियल्टर्स से बात करनी है, आपको अपना वेल्थ बनाना है, आपको अपने एरियाज डिफाइन करने हैं कि कहाँ पे आपको रहना है, आपको सोचना है वो सब चीजें। So as long as you're constantly in that process of focusing on the inputs,
The
I feel
output
like
will
output is eventuality, वो होना ही है. तो अगर आपने इनपुट्स ठीक से करे तो आउटपुट हो ही जाएगा. बट लोग क्या है ना कि वो ऐसे बिग गोल्स रखते हैं दिमाग में लेकिन उनको करते
Input
नहीं
के
है.
बारे में नहीं
हाँ,
सोचते.
nobody really talks about how do you get there.
Hmm.
What do you want, you know, but how, what is the journey that you have to take, and it's a very hard journey, and that's why people fail at manifestation,
Yeah.
because you're not able to go through that grind
And it is an everyday, day in, day out.
every day, and it's lonely because nobody else sees the vision that you see.
Yeah.
So you have to truly believe in it and you have to work really hard day in day out towards it. और वो आपकी खुद की जर्नी है. तो my only thing is कि I always just try to focus on inputs. Like even when you cook in a kitchen, right? You have a vision कि मुझे gourmet meal बनाना है. But I have a vision कि ठीक है मुझे ये dish बनानी है. But then I just immerse myself in the process. I make sure I get good quality ingredients. I make sure I'm patient. I have a good positive mindset. I put on music. I enjoy the process. I measure everything meticulously. So that's what leads to that dish, you
Being
know,
perfect.
coming out the way it is. So that is what has worked for me, I think, so far.
So focus on inputs and outputs.
Will follow.
Will focus on themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, great.
I think lots of cool tips.
Yes.
हम
Okay.
तो ऐसे साउंड कर रहे हैं जैसे हम तो ऐसे एविड मैनिफेस्टर्स हैं कि भाई जो बोलो हो जाएगा.
अब तो मेरा पक्का नहीं होगा, मैंने बोल दिया.
नहीं, ये भी नहीं बोलना चाहिए.
ये भी नहीं बोलना. Okay. Okay, so now last time we had introduced this, which is the real rapid fire.
Real rapid fire, yes.
So which is essentially aligned to the topic of today's discussion, and then I'll ask you 5 questions and then you'll ask me again. We don't know what these questions are. हमने Gemini को अभी बोला है बनाने को. तो Gemini ने दे दिया response. So I'll just start and let's see how it goes.
This is our AI powered real rapid fire.
Nice. Okay. The first question for you is the delusion limit, which is where is the line between faking it until you make it and just being straight up delusional?
I think there's no harm in being straight up delusional as long as you can believe the vision. You can believe that you can get there. वही जैसे हमने बोला कि 250 करोड़ कल का मैं तो बिलीव ही नहीं कर सकती. तो जब तक वो for example it's 50,000 in one day, I can believe कि यार ये कहीं से आ सकता है. So then I can sleep with that thought and probably manifest it. So it's upon you. You have to know कि क्या वो limit है जिसमें you can believe कि ये तुम्हारे लिए हो सकता है. And
Agreed.
Sky is the limit.
Yeah. Okay, the biggest ask. What is the most impossible thing you manifested in your 20s that you now realize was just a result of your own hard work?
ये तो मैं आंसर कर चुकी हूँ.
But वो FD वाला is technically not your hard work.
I didn't manifest it. I was just okay. One thing that I did manifest is
नहीं, but इसमें लिखा है कि you were trying to manifest in 20s, but you came to realize now that it was a result of your hard work and it was really nothing to do with like that power.
So in my 20s I used to always hire one person, and that one person then used to go, then I hired 2 other people, then one person used to go. So I always used to feel like what if one day I'm running a team of 10 people, you know, that'll seem like, oh my god, she's done it and everything. And I used to write it in a notebook. But then I forgot about it, and suddenly I found that notebook. जैसे सबके साथ होता है. तो उस दिन a few months back I found it, and उसमें लिखा हुआ था, and I realized now I have 12 people. I was like, कब हुआ? I didn't realize it, but I was working on it day in day out. So it happened because of hard work.
Nice, lovely. Okay. The no-go manifestation. What is the one thing you spent years trying to manifest in your 20s that you are now incredibly grateful that you didn't?
I really used to manifest topping everywhere, like in academics. I used to feel like मुझे first आना, तो वो होता नहीं था, मैं बड़ा उदास हो जाती थी. But I used to do good, second, third ऐसे होता था. My best friend like Bhavki, you know, who used to come first, I never minded that ever कि but ठीक है वो आ गई, मैं second आ गई, third आ गई, whatever. बट मुझे होता था कि मैं फर्स्ट आऊँ. बट फिर मुझे ऐसा लगा कि मैं फर्स्ट आती तो मुझे वो कॉलेज नहीं मिलता जिससे मेरे को जो मुझे मिला, और वहाँ पे नहीं करती तो मुझे वो एक्टिविटीज करने को नहीं मिलती, वो एक्सपीरियंसेस, बिकॉज माय कॉलेज वाज हेवी इनटू एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज. So I really shaped my personality there, because in school I feel like I wasn't the person I am today. So then everything has a reason.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I'm glad I didn't get that top
Nice.
percentage.
Okay, the 30s wisdom.
Hmm.
In your 20s, you manifested for clout. I don't know
Hmm.
what clout is. In your 30s, what is the number one feeling you're trying to manifest daily?
Regulation of nervous system,
Hmm.
कि मुझे बहुत गुड न्यूज से भी मैं स्टेबल रहूं और बहुत बैड न्यूज से भी मैं स्टेबल रहूं. That is what I want to do. Like that is my goal. That I want to be in zen mode throughout the day and nothing affects me mentally. थोड़ा सा ज्यादा
तो
ambitious है.
पीस ही है एक तरह से.
Peace, zen.
Zen. Okay, nice. And last question for you is the Skeptics Corner. If someone says manifesting is just for privileged people, what is your 10-second real talk rebuttal?
there's this um, there's this quote by शाहरुख खान. He had said एक इंटरव्यू में कि दुर्बत में कला नहीं देख सकते. तो आई अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट दे आर सेइंग कि भाई अगर तुम इफ यू तुम्हारे खाने पीने के वांदे हैं तो तुम कहाँ से बात करोगे मैनिफेस्टेशन की. बेसिक सर्वाइवल यू नीड टू टेक केयर ऑफ फर्स्ट, कम व्हाट में, जैसे भी हो रहा है, डू इट. And then when you are at a position where you're mentally, you are at that level that you can think about something else, then you can think about manifestation and getting your life to another pedestal. बट आई थिंक वो अगर आपका सर्वाइवल ही डेंजर में है तो फिर आप नहीं कर सकते. मतलब वो मेंटली आपका नहीं आएगा. सो वेल सेड शाहरुख खान.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay,
Nicely answered.
Thank
Okay,
you.
very well done.
Okay, so
Now my
host
turn.
B asks host A now. The secret tool, vision boards, scripting, or acting as if, which one is a total waste of time and which one actually works?
Yeah, I think scripting
Is a waste
I
of
have tried, but
Hmm.
मेरे को तो उसमें नहीं समझ में आता. So scripting is a total waste of time. And acting as if, because we spoke about it, कि acting as if you already have it or you're working towards it. Because I truly believe in like action over anything else. So वो बैठ के विजन बोर्ड भी तुम कितना देखोगे भाई, मतलब बैठ के आप देखे जा रहे हो, nothing will change. So
Yeah.
vision board is important, but action is the most important.
So
So acting as if is the most effective.
Okay. The blockage. What is the biggest limiting belief from your 20s that you had to surgically remove to thrive in your 30s?
Oh wow. Surgically remove limiting belief 20s में. Very tough. Actually, I don't think I had like limiting beliefs. I honestly think that now I operate in a much more of a like bounded environment. As you
That's
grow
also
up,
good.
20s में तो लगता है भाई कुछ भी हो सकता है.
कुछ भी कर
But
लेंगे.
I think maybe like 20s में ही होता था कि I sometimes used to feel like I'm not good enough because I did not get like the best college after school. So that was a very low period in my life. Because 3 years of undergrad, I didn't know if I'm going to do anything good with my life. But since my first job, since I cracked that, I think उसके बाद से I've just felt like भाई कुछ भी हो सकता है. You can do whatever you set your mind to. अब मतलब 30s में आके थोड़ा हो गया कि यार थोड़ा जमीन पे आ जाओ.
नहीं, अभी भी नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay, the signs. Do you actually believe in angel numbers and feathers on the ground, or are we just looking for patterns because we are bored?
No, I do believe.
Angel
Number
numbers.
4 is my lucky number.
Yeah, because you're 4th
Yeah.
November.
And my husband is 4th, and like lots of things like have happened mysteriously to us that have come to 4. बहुत बार हुआ है हमारे साथ ऐसे. कुछ भी अच्छा होता है, it has some correlation with 4. So we just feel like 4 is our
Your
like lucky number. Yeah.
Great. I'm looking to see when your children are born. Maybe
Oh
it's
God.
4.
Trust me, I'm manifesting.
Okay, the relationship mindset. Manifest, sorry. Did you manifest your current partner or did you just stop lowering your standards?
Nota.
I didn't write these questions.
None of the above.
Yeah.
But I was just destined to be with him.
Yeah. Since school you guys are together. But maybe you did manifest a
हो सकता
person
है.
like him.
Yeah, like I know that he is like there could have been no better fit for me in this world. So I know like why we work together. Like neither of us could get better.
Yeah. Great. Lovely. And saying that after 5 years of marriage is perfect. The instant manifest. If the universe granted you one non-material manifestation right this second, what would it be?
Yeah, 8 hours of peaceful sleep every day.
Wow,
Like just to
amazing.
wake up well rested every morning. Like that's
Hmm.
my dream.
That's what you would tell a genie if he popped
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Wow. Look at the 30s
No,
ka.
non-material thing it asked for. No, that is the best because that'll just make me be more optimized in life. Like I'll just do everything better.
Such a mature dance.
Sleep is like
Yeah.
a dream.
No,
Okay.
amazing. I'm so glad that we have basically laid out everything that we've gone through in this manifestation journey. And honestly, we've had so many discussions on this over the phone, like 2 hour conversations. But then some real gems have come to today as well that
Yeah.
we have not discussed before.
Hmm.
So I'm really glad that this conversation happened. And do let us know if you have any other stories related to manifestation that will make all of us believe in manifestation even more. And yes, like, share, and subscribe, and
See you in the next one.
and
And
keep it
keep it.
real.
Let's keep it real.
Great. Okay, see you
See
guys.
you.